My name is Melvine Obula. I work with the Young Women's Leadership Institute. We are a feminist organization that champions for the rights of diversities of women and girls. And today we are here. We we holding a multi-stakeholders event that brings together feminist activists, government stakeholders, women's rights organizations, and also as well the media. And the conversation we're having today is unveiling a report that we did on understanding the dynamics around femicide in the country, in Kenya. And the report highlights how women have been killed in the country. And for the people interviewed, we have it shows 71% of the deaths that has happened within the year since January. 71% of them are femicide. Femicide, I mean the intentional killing of women and girls. This is a situation where the perpetrator has intentionally and identified the victim and kills them. And because of also how understanding of our country is in terms of violence, it is categorized as murder or manslaughter. But this is also for us to call upon even the public to understand the impacts of femicide within our country, that it is affecting women, but also men in general. It is affecting our economic well-being and our social well-being in the country. It is affecting all of us. And today we are raising a concern that there's an increase in the number of femicide cases happening in the country. For this campaign, My Dear Body campaign, that aims at having conversations around femicide, understanding what it is, but also calling upon the government actors to understand that there's an existence of femicide, but also writing it on the penal code. At the moment, the word femicide doesn't exist in our penal code, and that means even addressing femicide um, would be a problem, because there's no policy reference point where everyone or all of us in terms of advocacy can relate to. So part of our call to action is to include that word into the penal code, and calling upon also the government to continue having these conversations on femicide within their spaces, training the law enforcement officers in understanding the dynamics around femicide and how it impacts the diversities of human beings. Um, what?
So, when, just for an instance, a woman is killed by a road accident, should we categorize it as femicide or just a normal accident? Because I want to understand the between a homicide and a femicide. Is it that when women are killed, it's a different kind of situation than when children or men are killed?
It's not a different. I'd say the terminologies differ based on the situation, but the intentional killing of women or girls, or the diversities of women identities, is femicide. But we are also recognizing that women within their intimate relations are being killed. Men are also being killed. The gender diversities, women with disabilities are being killed. But then we are also calling upon everyone to raise concerns around men being killed. Wanaume, where are you? Like, if your friend has been killed, or your friend is experiencing gender-based violence, encourage them to speak about it openly, so that it's not like when someone says gender-based violence, we are relating it to women's issue. It's everyone's issue, but to just concerned about even raising awareness of the existence of femicide itself.
Amazing. That's good to know.
Imesha.
Do you want to say anything about maybe your networks and how far you've gone in your advocacy?
Okay, so we launched My Dear Body campaign in 2021 to raise concerns around victim blaming. We even saw issues around justice for Sharon. It was not about the accused person. It was about why was she in a relationship with a governor, yet he has a wife. Dehumanizing dehumanizing the victim. And so for us as a women's rights organization is also advocating and shifting the narratives from blaming the victim to now holding the perpetrator accountable. So far, there are a number of cases that have been reported, and justice for Elizabeth, for example, is still in the court since January this year. We are in October, and that's a case that has been taking long. So if the family is also affected in terms of their psychological well-being, so I think that's it.
Yeah, thank you so much.